Ladies and gentlemen, Yahoo News. Newsmax is reportedly planning to offer Tucker Carlson a lot more than just money. TMZ. Newsmax knocking down Tucker Carlson's door. Wants him to run entire channel. There's never been greater demand for Tucker Carlson. There's never been, in his entire career, more networks, greater demand, more people wanting him to be back on Fox News or to be on Newsmax. So the sky's the limit. He has a million different options. This Newsmax deal is something that he could very well accept, especially if they're giving him virtual complete control of that network. Now, the reason that he's in such high demand and the reason that Newsmax would benefit greatly and the reason that he would benefit greatly if he went to Newsmax and basically ran the channel is the following. He's too effective, even if you disagree with him, okay? He's too effective at communicating his viewpoints. That's the problem. That's why people despise him or dislike him. That's why people dislike Jordan Peterson. That's why people dislike Trump, okay? That's why people dislike anyone that is outside of a very manufactured, fabricated, contrived consensus infused with the sensibilities of wonderful, highly educated, morally superior liberal Democrats. You can't even enjoy late night, okay? You can't even enjoy late night. The days of Jimmy, those days unfortunately are here, but the days of Johnny Carson, the days of Arsenio Hall, where you could just relax and unwind and just forget politics or stress, okay, those days are over. You can't watch an award show, okay? Robert De Niro says something about Trump. Could you imagine if a conservative actor said the same thing? I'm not fond, and I despise the polarization. I really don't like the polarization in our country, okay? But ask yourself, what political side began all of the vitriol and the venom? Sure, Republicans and conservatives, weren't angels and saints before 2016. But what political side infused liberal politics, Democratic Party politics into every facet of society? So you can look. You can't read a publication, Washington Post, New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, The Atlantic, Vanity Fair, Esquire, Rolling Stone, Vice News. I don't believe that's a thing anymore. BuzzFeed News. I don't believe that's around anymore. But you have, I just named 10 publications, all saying the same thing. Trump, terrible. Trump, menace, bad. And we had record low poverty with Trump in 2019. We had the Doha agreement that Biden completely botched, brought home Americans. I'm voting for Trump because he's bringing home Americans. His foreign policy was much better than Biden's. We had record highs in household median income in 2019. We had inflation 2%. Real wages were up under Trump. Every demographic group in this country was doing better in terms of the economy. Okay, financially, every demographic group was doing better. This is a fact. In 2019, you could look at the St. Louis Fed, CNN talked about it, and it's always addressed as well before you know what in his last year in office. Democratic governors then tanked the economy. They tanked their state economies. They didn't have to do that. That wasn't a policy of Trump. So what they do is they blame Trump for everything. It's like, well, he doesn't... That response was a response that started and really ended with governors. Okay? And you could say mayors also, but really governors. And so the issue is, well, what did Trump do? Okay, who started this new Cold War hysteria? Who's blaming Russia for everything? It's not Trump or Trump Republicans. They have a populist political party, and Trump wants to get along with other countries, which is basically what President Obama was like his first term in office, actually second term also. I remember that he was President Obama. There was a photo of him shaking hands or hugging Hugo Chavez. And then the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld Republicans were saying, oh, how could you do that? I was looking at that as saying, I want peace with every country. Trump wants peace with every country. What Trump does is tariffs, which Biden kept. And his tax cuts, Democrats kept also. So all the things they claim to despise about Trump, they still keep. The point is, Tucker Carlson is very effective at communicating the advantages or the benefits or the achievements, not only of President Trump, but why his viewpoint makes sense. You can look at Democratic-run cities. You could look at what's taking place. You could look at the homelessness, the crime, the repercussions of shutting down economic activity, which we're still facing. Okay? These are all serious, serious issues, ladies and gentlemen. Democrats focus on image, media, on the left, and we want to call them left, or generally media does not focus on the problems that we have today. They obsess over Trump, and they obsess over words and decorum and a certain type of manufactured civility or, protocol. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but the obsession or the focus of media generally, the mainstream, is not like energy independence or geopolitics or things that Tucker Carlson focuses on, okay? What's taking place in our country is that there's an emphasis on just public relations and popularity and fitting in. And any viewpoint outside the mainstream fabricated consensus is harmful or dangerous or polarizing. But what takes place really is a person like Tucker Carlson is too effective, too good at communicating, even for Fox News. Because Fox News really doesn't want to communicate. They just want to make money. And so when Carlson, every single night gets one of the largest audiences, if not the largest, along with Tim Pool and a couple of other people, not on the left, by the way, but in all of YouTube and in all of media, okay, his ratings far surpassed CNN and MSNBC. When he left, the ratings collapsed. Now Newsmax is coming up. But the reason that people listen to Carlson is because he presents a vantage point through reason, logic, information, data, facts. He backs up his claims with fact and in a reasonable and logical and rational manner. It's called forming an argument. It's called communicating. He's very good at that. There's no direct response ever to a person like Tucker Carlson or Jordan Peterson. You see what happens when Elon Musk or Jordan Peterson confronts a morally superior, highly educated journalist. They fold within a nanosecond. And it's embarrassing. There's no, if you talk about liberal ideology today, it's not based upon anything but emotion. That's it. And it's based upon censoring, or one of the hallmarks of this type of mentality is censorship. The New York Post being silenced, suspended on Twitter. Now that they don't have Twitter, they had to move and see, they want to silence people. So they're very happy. You see Jimmy Kimmel and other people happy that AOC, that Tucker Carlson is no longer on Fox News. Well, he might very well take the Newsmax offer, which would be amazing. Okay? But the battle of ideas should be a battle that's waged, and Americans should be able to choose which ideas win out and which ideas make no sense. Democrats know that if they don't silence people, with Schumer and others writing letters to Fox News, their ideas don't actually win. There's nothing that they're championing that actually Tucker Carlson can't eviscerate or refute. Because you could look at what's taking place now. The economy stinks and foreign policy is a catastrophe. So how is the Democratic Party ideology winning out at all? Without overwhelming media public relations support. Give me your thoughts below. I think that Tucker Carlson very well could accept the Newsmax offer. It'll be very interesting. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you. And go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, along the Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications. Patreon and super thanks is below. Thank you.